It's raining out there, but I've always heard if you get the rain before 10, you should be okay.
I like that theory. I'm going to go with that.
So it's totally Tuesday. What have we got planned for this evening, Kim?
Yep. So tonight we have the exciting part, and I hope Mother Nature cooperates because we don't need any more water, but Fulton Police and Fulton Fire are going to open up a little splash pad for the kids. And they bought some really cool new inflatable water toys for the kids to play with and a bubble machine and all kinds of water fun. And that's going to start at about 3 o'clock. Obviously, Mother Nature has to cooperate for that. So
that would have been perfect for last week when temperatures were in the 90s.
How could we have today's weather today? Darn it! But yeah, hopefully, if it gets out of here early enough, we should be just fine. So
how's that new band show working out?
It's awesome. Yeah, that's going to be really nice. If we get a little bit of sprinkles, at least the band and their equipment can stay nice and dry. So yeah, it sets the performers up a little bit up in the air, so you don't have to hide, duck around people in lawn chairs and that kind of thing to see the band. So it's working out really nice over there.
Good. So let's talk about the band.
Yes. So I have not seen this band yet. They're called Press Record, and I know that the Grow Clinton group had them for one of their events, and everybody had a lot of fun with that. So we got some feedback, just trying to find some new music every once in a while. So we reached out to them, and they're coming up from the Quad Cities.
Yeah, I believe they were here for St. Patrick's Day, and
that's what it was.
Went very well.
Yeah,
so that's good. And what kind of music they play in there?
They play all kinds of cover music, from 80s rock to country to pop music. So a lot of energy from what I saw online.
What time do they start?
They start at 5 o'clock. They play from 5 until 8.
Okay, and food vendors, you got a number of them.
Well, I'm glad that you printed out the flyer because I'd like to think I could remember all these in the morning. So we have C3, the Big Red Taco Truck, everybody knows them. And then, of course, Kelly Girls Wood Fire Pizza and the Boar's Nest. And if you haven't had their tenderloin, it's amazing. North End Sweet Treats, Kokomo Shaved Ice, Glazy Days Donuts, and Steam Anchor.
That's quite a variety, and I would imagine folks really enjoy that.
They do. And, some people think maybe 7 of them is too much, but we get a really big crowd, and it's nice. In our first couple of years doing this, we only had 2 food trucks, and people were waiting almost the entire night in line to get food, and some of them even ran out, and because we didn't know what to expect, honestly, for a crowd. So I think we have a nice variety. If there's a lot of people there, they don't have to wait too far in line.
You do it on June, July, and August.
Yes.
What's August looking like?
Let's see. August is going to be cool. That's going to be, we're combining with the Fulton Police Department for their National Night Out. And so they've got some additional things for kids to do, touch the fire trucks and all that kind of thing. So that's a big night too.
Of course, we had your husband in not too long ago for our FYI program. He's getting ready to retire. And he let me know that you're looking at that as well.
Yes. So he's actually on day 4 or 5 or 6 of retirement. He retired June 30th. And so he's at home with our honey-do list. As a matter of fact, right now, he just texted me a few minutes ago. So, yes, he's at home doing that. And then I just was able to let my management team know that at the end of the year I'd like to retire too. So we'll both be retired at the end of the year.
So what are you going to be doing? Because I know you and Brian are both busy.
We are busy people, and my husband's already got his part-time gig lined up. He's going to do his dream job working at the Green Bay Packers Lambeau Field, just a few hours a week, just doing tour guide stuff. And I'm looking at something similar, but not a tour guide. I've got my eye on something else inside the stadium there that I think would be fun to work on. So
Was it going to be hard? Is it going to be hard to say goodbye to your folks?
Gary, you don't know it. My dad is 83 and still lives in Erie, and he and I have been always tight. I never went to bed without hugging and kissing my dad goodnight, and my mom too, but my dad particularly. And I lost my mom here a few months ago, but my dad is still in Erie, so I'm not going to be gone forever. I want to come back and make sure I do as much as I can to help him. So,
as you pointed out, you're only 4 hours away.
Yeah, 4 hours away. When you're not working, honestly, we make that trip once a month, if not more, right now. So I'm not too afraid of that drive as often as I need to or want to.
Okay, so who's going to be coming in for Totally Tuesday to visit with us?
I don't know. I'll have to do some arm twisting because they're all kind of afraid of you, Gary.
Oh, how can they be
Not
that?
you.
So again, next month will be the final Totally Tuesday.
That's
we'll
right.
have you in for that, of course.
Sure. Yeah.
And again, what's all going to be taking place tonight?
So tonight we have the band going from 5 until 8 at the band shell in Fulton. 1300 Drives Park. If you don't know where that's at, just plug it in your GPS. It gets you there. And then Kids Water Fun starting at 3 o'clock at the same location. And then food trucks. And we have a beer garden there. So a lot of fun as long as Mother Nature does her part.
There you go. Hey, Karrie, thank you so much.
Thank you.